Well, hello everybody. This is me running well behind with videos, and as you can tell, we're not in the usual space. I'm coming to you today from amazing Las Vegas, where I've been this week. This is actually the video for the previous week, and I can't really remember what I did in the previous week other than lots of miles, kilometers. Yeah, it's been a full-on week this week, and I didn't get a chance to do last week's video before I left. So here it is. Morning all, welcome to the Arctic tundra that is Tuesday morning in London, down to 2 degrees again, which is horrible. Out for a nice 10k jaunt this morning prior to going into the office. Still running late, but we are up early and going, and it's bin day, so got to avoid those trucks. Speak to you in a bit. And that's another 10k done. I managed not to end up in a bin lorry. Twice up and down the hill of horror, the mountain of misery, the tour of torture. Tortured alliterations here. Twice, I think I said. Once from the front, once from the back. And it's not nice either way. I had to slow down and actually walk a couple of bits going up the hill, both times just to stay in zone 2, which I really tried to do today. And I think my overall pace was 7:20 per kilometre, which is still an improvement. So yeah, all good. And now a nice day of work, and I bid you adieu. From memory, it would have been the kind of usual 2 10-kilometre easy runs, an 8-kilometre faster paced run, and then 24k as a long run. Now, I had a bit of a rejig on scheduling because, as I said, I was travelling. Well, I didn't say I was travelling maybe, but I was travelling last Sunday. So I did my long run on the Saturday evening, and I didn't want to be travelling straight after doing a long run on the Sunday morning. And it was pretty, it was okay, I think, but just a bit of a slog late at night. I'm gonna, I think, probably just cut in the bits of videos for the week's runs into this diatribe somewhere, and we'll see how we get on. Morning. Speed run day today, and that means 700-800 metre intervals again. Really not looking forward to this one today. Just one I'm going to have to push through. 2 down, 5 to go. As predicted, not enjoying it. A couple of things I've tried to do today to get around that. One is I'm showing off wearing my marathon training top, just to give me a bit of motivation. Secondly, I've avoided the big hill. Oh, and thirdly, I'm just running with the beat. I do that anyway, but I'm just completely ignoring anything else. So 170 BPM and just trying to stick with it. 5 down, 2 to go. Really difficult today. I don't know why. I even slept well last night, which is a novelty. Bloody school children all over the shop are not helping. Weaving in and out while you're trying to run reasonably quick is not conducive to relaxation. I thought you were supposed to get better and fitter as you trained. I did exactly this run a week ago and felt okay. And I probably did it faster a week ago. And I'm absolutely shattered today. I guess the positive to take from that is that the interval workout has done its job. Right, that's that. Just a little warm-up jog, warm-down jog, cool-down jog, whichever you prefer, and we're done. I think probably the thing that I wanted to talk about with regard to last week's runs were, because certainly the end distance now, 24k is the longest, it's the furthest I've ever run. So that was a bit daunting, and I knew this trip was coming up. And next week I'm with a customer all week, so I think I'm going to struggle with keeping up with the program next week as well. This week I've been in Vegas. I have managed to keep up my scheduled runs, although again with a bit of rejig. So I think I was probably last week feeling the dread, the anticipation of this upheaval coming in, and not wanting to derail the program. This week's been a deload week, so that's a bit easier to handle. Although that said, I think I certainly covered the mileage in the program. It felt okay, and I think the easy runs, the pace started to come up a little bit while still in zone 2, which is really good. The pace run I did as, I want to say I did it as intervals. We'll probably find out about now. Oh, it is cold. Still 3 degrees, up from 1 this morning. We are Friday, just about morning. Come out for a lunchtime run, another 10k. I feel like I'm doing 10k's every other day. I basically am doing 10k's every other day. We've got to get this one out of the way this morning-ish, because I've got to do my long run, I think, tomorrow night, Saturday night, because I'm flying out to Vegas on Sunday, which is horrific. But there we go. Yeah, just going to get on with it, and I will report back and on. And that's my 10k done in, I think, 7:11 per kilometre average pace, and probably 85% of that in zone 2, so not bad. Difficult, actually the first 5 I think was under 7 minutes per kilometre in zone 2, relatively comfortably, which is a real improvement. And then it got more difficult after 6, and the time shot up quite a lot. But it's just part of the process, isn't it? Trust the process. And that's it. I'm going home for some lunch and finish my day. Talk to you soon. But assuming I did do it as intervals, I think that was okay as well. So yeah, I feel like my base fitness level's coming up a little bit. At least I did until this week. We'll get to that in tomorrow's video. But it's feeling like there's a long way to go, and I'm kind of in this first third to a middle of the training block where I know it's only going to get harder, and the goal is still some distance away. Friday evening. What the hell are we doing out on Friday evening? We're running 24 kilometres, that's what. And why? I'll tell you that after the first 5. That's 5k in. So why the bollocks am I running the furthest I've ever run on Saturday night? Well, it's my long run for the week, should be tomorrow, but as I think I mentioned in the last bit of clip, I'm flying to Vegas tomorrow. I'm not flying to the afternoon, but I didn't really fancy getting up, running 24k, and then cramming myself into an economy class seat for 10 hours. So I thought I'd come out tonight and get it out of the way and have a good stretch and a good rest, and hopefully be a bit looser when I get on the plane. First 5, not too bad, 33 minutes I think. Now for some sweet, sweet gel and caffeine. And that's 11.5 in, nearly halfway. Slowing down a little bit, I think 34.5 minutes for that 5k. I still feel pretty good. I've just sunk my second Sickly Sweet Beta Fuel gel. I don't know which one had the caffeine in. Might have been this one. They seem to work though. The kilometres just seem to be slipping by at the moment, which is quite nice. Lost in my own headspace. And the rain's holding off. Yeah. On we go. Just over 17k in. Nearly 3/4 of the way. Still surprisingly okay. My CV system seems to have picked up a bit. I'm kind of struggling to stay in zone 3. Sticking to my cadence of 165 BPM during the 5k efforts. Slowing it down now to try and recover back to zone 2, which I'm kind of in. However, my knees are feeling a bit rickety and my right hip is getting quite stiff. So some ice and some stretching to do a bit later on. One more orangey gel I think, and 6 more kilometres of effort and we are done. Good going. And that is 24k done. Not quite as bad as I thought it would be, but pretty tough, especially towards the end. My legs didn't really want to bend very much. It takes me back to the first time I ran, I think 16k, years and years ago, when I didn't feel like I had any knees left at the end. It wasn't anywhere near as bad as that. And actually, the pace was all right, I think. Looking at my watch just now, it was 6:59 average, which is, I think, somewhere near a 5-hour marathon pace, which, considering I was taking it relatively easy, is all right at this stage. 10 more weeks to go. Let's see where we get to. Right, shower, ice, stretching, in that order, maybe. That said, again, the London Marathon people are doing a good job of sending out weekly emails to just remind you that it's coming up, keep you engaged, and people are asking about it as well. So, I mean, thanks. I should be saying these things first when people are actually watching the first 5 minutes or seconds of the video, but thanks for the people that are watching this, the people that are commenting, asking me how things are going. It's really, really helpful, keeps me on track, and I appreciate it. And thank you so much to people that have donated as well. That's very much appreciated, and really, it's a lot of the reason why I'm doing it. So, yeah, that's really good. What else? What else to say? What else to say? Nothing, I don't think. I mean, I'm the thing that I was most concerned about probably coming into the training block was
getting injuries or niggles at least. When I've done half marathon training blocks in the past, I've tended to get problems with my calves and my Achilles tendons. Certainly as the mileage has crept up through the block, I'm not getting that so far, and I put that down to, well, one thing probably just getting a bit more used to the mileage, so physical adaptation over time, but mostly to proper kind of mobilization, warm up, cool down, and conditioning, strength and conditioning work on those areas specifically. So and mobility of the ankles, just working on mobility of the ankles. I've got to thank friends for pointing these things out, which should be obvious to people, but it's not just before you run and just after you run, but you can work on those things when you're sitting at your desk, when you're lying in bed. You know, it's just circling the ankles, stretching the calves out, and it helps. It really, I think personally, massively helps. I've had kind of tendinopathy problems with the sides of my feet as well, and those kind of stretching and mobility exercises really do mitigate a lot of that, which makes handling the distance hugely easier. So that's all good. And I think I'm rambling now. I don't really think I've got a great deal to say, chiefly because I've left it too late and I can't remember what happened last week. And I'm still on a mix of somewhere between UK and Vegas time. I probably just about get to nearly Vegas time by tonight when I'll be back at home, and then it won't be worthwhile. So yeah, all good. Thank you for putting up with this, and thank you for your support, and I will speak to you whenever I next get a video up. I know I've got a big backlog, apologies for that. And I'm doing the Cancer Research 10K tomorrow, it should snap me back into UK time. I've got to get up at, I don't know, 7:30 to get into London and run that. So that'll be fun. All right, take care everyone. Bye bye.